Hello, fourth grade Hoover students. This is Mr. Murphy, and I'm here to give you a little hands-on experience with the forest and trees. We've been studying this in my class, and if the other classes are doing this, I'm sharing this with you also. So I'm going to give you an idea of some of the species that we've been learning about, and also how the forest works. Right now I'm in a second growth forest where the trees have been cut once and they have grown back and are on their way to be a mature forest. A second growth forest is like a teenager of the forests. It's not a baby forest, but it's like a teenager, and it's also not an adult. We're looking here at a couple different species, one of them being white fir and another being Douglas fir. And this is interesting because as you look down here, you can see there's actually other trees. If you look off in the distance there, you can see some deciduous trees down there. I believe that's a maple, which we learned about that, and you guys know what a maple leaf looks like. And looking down the hill here, we're seeing that there's a lot of what you would call Douglas fir and also white fir trees. This tree right here, if you look at the bark, is a white fir, and the needles are short and also friendly. That's why we call them a fir, because if you're furry, you're friendly. So if I reach out here and I feel the needles, they're not prickly at all. So that is, they're short needles. If you look closely there, try to hold it here. They're short needles and they are furry. The bark is very different of a white fir. The bark is very close together and is not very thick. This is a type of tree that grows up right away as the new forest, the baby forest, is beginning, and they help establish the forest. After the trees get a little bigger, the white firs, then Douglas firs start growing, because Douglas firs like to have a little bit more shade. And so Douglas fir grows a little faster than the white fir does. So as the white fir gets to be a teenager, then the Douglas fir grows quickly to overtake it, and obviously you can see how much bigger it is. And if you look at the bark, you can see it's very thick. That's in case a fire happens. It helps protect the tree from getting burned down, because fires actually can be healthy for forests to keep them so that the understory, and when I say understory, we're looking at the understory right now. This is everything that is under the trees. That's why you call it the understory. You can see some ferns down there. You can see lots of fallen branches. And there are a lot of things that break down those branches. And we talked about that in my class also. That's part of the life cycle, being that it would be those branches are decomposing and being eaten by decomposers such as mushrooms. So two types of trees that we're focusing on in here. This really helps the forest grow, is that the Douglas firs grow and they grow really tall, and their needles look quite a bit different. But right now I can't reach them. So they are longer, and they are also furry because they're friendly.